today's practice is going to focus on hips and creating a little ease in the back. Welcome. We're going to start lying down on our backs. And when you arrive, you may want to draw your knees together and have your feet as wide as the mat. Just allowing the low back to relax. And then maybe resting the arms by the sides with the palms rolled open. Rolling those palms open in a gesture of letting go, arriving for your practice. And beginning by checking in with yourself, noticing any areas in your body that feel totally at ease, any areas that feel tight, and approaching them both with just a little bit of curiosity and compassion. Noticing any thoughts, any emotions, just notice. And then beginning to deepen your breath. Perhaps you notice the breath begin in the belly as you inhale, radiate out into fingers, toes, crown, and as you exhale, soften from the back of the head to the tailbone. Center to peripheral breathing, returning to center with every breath. Taking a moment to set any intentions for your practice. Our intention relates to why are we here? What could bring us into greater balance today? And we'll begin with gentle movement. Draw the right knee into the chest, and we'll begin to move with breath. So inhale, moving the knee away, still touching it. Exhaling, drawing the knee in. Moving back and forth with your breath. Pausing here, softening the shoulders, the jaw. And then setting the arms by the sides, we'll begin to move into the hamstring. So inhale, work the leg towards straight. Exhale, curl heel back in towards hips. So we're just moving at the knee joint. Maybe notice, is your body rushing the breath? Is your breath rushing the body? And then holding at the top, maybe you rotate the ankle. Maybe you pause at the top. And then moving into the hip. We'll inhale into the straight leg. Exhale, cross ankle to opposite knee. And just moving with breath. When we move with our breath, we really come into present moment. And next time that ankle settles on the thigh, either stay there, opening that right leg, opening the hip. Or if you want to go a little deeper, lifting the left foot up, flexing the feet. I have socks on, it's a little chilly here today. Flexing the feet will protect the knee. Breathe into that hip. Stay relaxed in through the upper body. And when you're ready, let it go. Draw the knee back in. Maybe take a moment to stretch out both legs and just observe. Observe the effects of that movement on the right side of your body. And when you're ready, we'll bring that to the left. So drawing the left knee in, moving with breath. Inhale, moving the knee away. Exhale, drawing it in. Pausing, softening the shoulders. Relax the arms by the sides. We'll move into the hamstrings. So inhale, reach the leg up. Exhale, curl the heel in. When we begin to focus on the breath, focus on sensation in the body, we begin to move away from the busyness of our mind. And then holding at the top, rotate the ankle both ways. Pause and hold. And then beginning to move into the hip. Inhale into the length of the leg. Exhale, cross ankle to opposite thigh. Moving with your breath. And settling here, you're just staying right here. Only if you'd like to go deeper, lifting that right foot up. Flexing the feet. Breathing into the left hip. Maybe bringing a little engagement into the belly. And let it go. Draw the knee in. Draw both knees in. And begin again to move with the breath. Inhale, move the knees away, still touching. Exhale, drawing in. I like to give my knees a little massage here, circling around the knees. Always thinking of our practice as a time to send compassion to ourselves. And when that feels complete, pause. And we'll prepare to transition. So rolling over to the side, use that bottom hand to press yourself up. From here, we'll just come right on to hands and knees, so you can get there whatever way feels good to you. And we'll align the shoulders over the wrists. The knees are as wide as the hips, so you can always pad up those knees if you need a little support there. So we'll begin with a few rounds of cat and cow. So inhale, lead with the heart and tail, belly drops. Exhale, tuck tail drop, head arch, spine. So moving back and forth with your breath. Engage a little bit into the belly as you come into your cat tuck. And when that feels complete, walk the hands just a little bit more forward, and we'll begin to warm into those hips with hip circles. So maybe you inhale through the top of your circle, exhale through the back of your circle. Moving in the range of motion that feels just right for you. Changing direction. Coming back to neutral, and we'll just settle briefly into child's pose. So maybe you open the knees a little bit, drawing hips back towards heels, surrendering forehead to the mat or to a block. Whatever feels right in your body. You can be really active with your arms, or you can be a little bit more soft. Always coming into this posture with a little sense of surrender. Feel the breath move into the side ribs, the back and front of the body. And when you're ready, come up onto hands and knees. From here, we'll add the help of our blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can always use books, or maybe have the support of a low chair in front of you to get your hands a little higher. We're going to take the blocks right underneath the hands, and we'll begin by stepping on through with the left foot. So however many little wiggles it takes you to get there. You want to have the knee right over the ankle. And once you settle, drop in a little bit, drop the hips. We're opening the right hip flexor here. Deepen the breath. Maybe take this time to connect with this downward energy, earth energy. So often in our days, we're turned out to all directions. Focus on your feet and your breath. And then deepening a little bit, we'll walk that left foot out to the left-hand corner of the mat. Take both blocks to the inside. Maybe you wiggle a little wider. Maybe you feel just right here. Maybe your body is saying it could go a little deeper. Always listen to the wisdom of your body. If you can go deeper, you can come onto your elbows. I always take out my offering hands here. Offer it up. Breathe deeply. And when you're ready to come out, engage a little bit through the core as you transition. Walk that foot back to center. We're going to come into modified pigeon pose. So walk the foot over to the right, come on that outer edge of the foot, and allow the knee to open. So the hips draw back, breathing into that outer hip now. I really like this version of pigeon. It's a little gentler on the knees. But if this feels like too much on your knee, please just come to a regular lunge. And when you're ready to come out and back to center, set your blocks aside. We'll come on to hands and knees. Walk the hands a little bit more forward. Bend your elbows and lower to the earth. Keeping hands under shoulders, we'll just flow a little bit in and out of our cobra here. So inhale, lead with the heart. Exhale, lower. Moving in the range of motion that feels just right to you. Next time, pause all the way to the floor. I'm going to lift again, keep it really low, and gaze to the left. So creating a little stretch in the neck, a little opening around the back of the heart. Think broad across the back. And then dip it down, gaze to the right. Full breath into the back body. And dip it back down. We'll lift up, keep it really low, and then lift your hands off the mat if possible. Put a little tuck in your chin. We're strengthening the muscles in the back of the neck, the whole back body. And let it go. We'll press up onto hands and knees and take child's pose again. Whatever version serves you, but you may want to try dropping onto elbows, taking hands in prayer, and bring the hands back behind the head. That'll help release the triceps and the middle back. Deepen the breath. And when you're ready, rising up onto hands and knees. And we'll bring our blocks in to help us with the other side. So setting the blocks underneath your hands. We'll step on through now with the right foot. Wiggle it forward. Try to align knee over ankle. And you can have your blocks the taller way. Whatever serves you. You can be up on a little chair. Soften and breathe. And to deepen, walking that foot to the right, take both blocks to the inside. Maybe wiggle yourself a little wider. Again, listening to your body, this might be just enough. Or you may consider dropping onto those elbows. Use the breath to access those tighter parts of your body. And just breathing in with compassion. So often we're so judgmental of our bodies, of our shortcomings. Just let go of any ideas of how you think things should be and just be with what is. engage a little bit through the belly to transition. Walk that foot over to the left. Come on the edge of that foot. Flex the foot as the knee drops to the right. Finding your modified pigeon pose. Keep the weight of the pose back into the hips, not in through the upper body. Breathe into the edges of your body. And when you're ready, coming up, set the blocks aside. We'll come on to hands and knees once again. We'll just take one more back bend here. So walking the hands forward, slowly lower. Let's slide one hand forward and then the other, coming into Sphinx pose. So the hands, the elbows, the shoulders align, the tops of the feet and the pelvis root. If this feels strong, keep the chin tucked, keep it a little lower. If it feels good, lift the heart. And when that feels complete for you, draw the hands under the shoulders, lower. And we'll engage a little bit through the back of the thighs by drawing into locust pose. So lift the heart, lift the toes. You may reach the hands back behind you. And surrendering all the way down to the mat. Reach the arms out and gaze to the left. Taking hugging the earth pose. You might want to draw your toes together and allow the hips, the heels to slightly open. Sending a little gratitude down to the earth here. Feeling all the support that she provides. And if it's comfortable, gazing in the other direction. Softening the shoulders, softening the hips. And when you're ready, taking the hands back under the shoulders, rising up and taking one more child's pose. Another version in child's is to draw the knees together and take the hands back behind you, surrendering the forehead. But whatever variation feels best for you. When you're ready, rise on up. And we'll find our way into a seated position. Definitely propping up if you need a little support underneath your hips. You can use a blanket or a block. And we'll just take our hands on knees. Lengthen the spine. Maybe for just a few rounds. Imagine that you can breathe into your whole body. And as you exhale, feel a melting from your crown, shoulders, belly, hips. And then taking a simple twist, we'll take left hand to right knee. Maybe reach that arm up, find length. Spiral it around, landing on fingertips. Lengthen the spine and gaze to the right. Moving from your belly, focusing still on that length of the spine. And when you're ready, come back to center and twist to the other side. Right hand to left knee, left hand reaches. Spiral it back. Find the length and then the gaze. Soften your shoulders, your jaw, your brow. When you're ready, come back to center, and we'll prepare to lay all the way back down on our mats. So gently rolling back. And as you do, draw your right knee into your chest. Maybe you inhale into the front of your body. Exhale into the back body. Taking the right arm out like a wing, we'll take the left hand to the outside of the right knee and just cross the body. Taking whatever shape feels good for you. We're just stretching that outer hip. Keeping shoulders rooted. Circle it back. Dropping the right toe and opening the knee out to the side, taking lying down tree pose. So the arms just rest by the sides with the palms rolled open. Maybe focusing here on breathing into the front of your heart and the back of your heart. Drawing the right knee in, we'll prepare to change sides. So drawing the left knee in, the right leg heavy to your mat. Even waves of breath. Taking the left arm out to the side. And taking the right hand to the outside of that left knee, crossing the body, finding your single knee down twist, whatever shape your body wants to make here. Taking it back to center, we'll drop the toe and open that knee out to the side for lying down tree pose. Maybe imagine yourself evenly balanced here between heaven and earth. here, we'll gather our blocks and we'll prepare for our final resting pose, resting in modified bound angle pose, lying down. So joining the feet and setting the blocks right underneath the thighs. Allow the palms to roll open and the heart to be open. In your final resting pose, just allow yourself to be an observer of breath, sensation, thoughts or no thoughts. And lingering here in this pose as long as you would like, or perhaps settling into a more traditional Shavasana. You can set your blocks underneath your thighs if you need that support. Maybe place a blanket underneath your head if you need that. You've done the work. Take rest. Take refuge in the comfort of being with your true self.